That's right, boys and girls, we're back once again with yet another live stream over here on Twitch, and in this one we are kicking off the 2019 Africa Cup of Nations, and we're going to take a sneak peek in groups A and B. So if you are watching on the Twitchosphere or at home on whatever, YouTube, get your predictions ready. But anyway, let's kick it off with the correct intro. That's right, boys and girls, we are back once again, obviously, streaming all of the major football tournaments currently in the men's game, the Africa Cup of Nations, the Gold Cup, and the Copa America, right here on Twitch, and also on the channel. Now, if you are new to the channel, smash the old subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Copa America related, Blackburn Rovers related, world football related. We've got it all here under one roof, and of course, Africa Cup of Nations. And if you are watching on the Twitchosphere, make sure you smash that follow button. I'm trying to push my subscribers or followers, whatever it is, up to 50 by September. That would be great. But anyway, yes, we are going to be kicking it off with the oh my goodness, I'm all over the place, the Africa Cup of Nations. So let's waste no more further ado, because there's a lot to talk about in this one, because there's two sets of groups here, 8 nations. So let's take a look at it with the opening group, Group A, and the hosts are in this group, and we're going to take a look. We all here? We all ready? And let's get going. So the opening nation in this is the Democratic Republic of Congo. That's right. Now, again, my footballing knowledge on Africa is okay. It's all right. It's not amazing. So feel free to comment. Feel free to chat amongst yourselves. Tell me if I'm looking stupid and saying, what's he talking about? These guys are the Brazil of Africa. But anyway, just get it stuck in with the chat, in the comments, whatever. I love hearing opinions and criticism and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, Democratic Republic of Congo. Hopefully I even said that right. They qualified as runners-up through Group G. They secured their qualifications back in the 24th of March 2019. This is their 19th appearance in all African Cup of Nations. Their last was back in 2017. They've won it twice. Yep, they've won it. They're currently ranked 46th in the world, and they are 20-1 to win the whole stinking lot. So yeah, these guys ain't no slouches. I think they could be a surprise package in this group. But they have a difficult group. They're up against Egypt, one of the probably, I think, the favourites at the moment. They qualified as runners-up in Group G, which is surprising. They secured that back in 2018, end of October or middle of October. Currently, they've been 24 tournaments overall. This last was in 2017. They've won it 7 times. Impressive. They're currently ranked 57. That's below Democratic Republic of Congo, and they're currently 4-1 to win the tournament as a whole. Alongside these two nations are Uganda. Yeah, Purple Hazer corrected me on my flags the other day. This, you know, it's very similar. When you see the other nation, you can tell how similar it is when you're editing on the fly. It's very difficult. But anyway, Uganda, they qualified as winners of Group L in the Africa Cup of Nations qualifying. They secured that back in November 2018. This is their 7th appearance in all competitions for Africa Cup of Nations. The last was in 2017. Their best was a runner-up spot in 1978. That was before I was born, and I'm sure Purple Hazer before he was born as well. And their best, they're currently ranked 79th in the world, with 150-1 to win the tournament as a whole. And wrapping up this group, it is Zimbabwe. That's right. They qualified as group winners of Group G, and that was done on the 24th of March 2019. 4th appearance in the African Cup of Nations. Their last was 2017. They've never made it out of the group stages, so yeah, I'm anticipating the worst for them. Currently ranked 110th in the world. Odds of 150-1. If you're going to put a bet on it, they're probably not the best place to put your money. I'm not a betting man myself, but I'm just saying. Anyway, so let's take a look at that group. Here it is in all its glory. In the opening games that we're going to take a look at in this group are Egypt against Zimbabwe, Democratic Republic of Congo against Uganda, and then the rest 4 of those will come back later on in the week, maybe start next weekend, whenever it is, and we'll have a look at those later. But anyway, this is what the table looks like right here, right now. Squeaky clean. Everyone's got a perfect record, including Zimbabwe and Uganda, and I don't expect them to make up the numbers. Now, I just have to do a quick math. A, B, C, D, E, F. So there's 6 groups in all. Top 2 qualify. Probably a couple of third best placed teams as well. So 1 win would probably get you through the door, I'd say. So the Uganda-Zimbabwe game is massive for those 2 nations in this group. So Stand by, folks. We are now getting to the nitty-gritty of the opening games in Group A. And we're going to take a look at Egypt against Zimbabwe, and then the Democratic Republic of Congo, and then Uganda. So we're going to throw some stats at you right here, right now. Now, this is the opening game. It says Group D there, which is wrong. I know that. Bad editing on my part. It is there's probably going to be Group D in the next one as well, because it's the way I roll. Anyway, so Egypt against Zimbabwe, they've played each other only 14 times in all competitions and all venues around the world. Egypt winning 8 of them. Zimbabwe have won 2. They've drawn each other 4 times across the spectrum. Now, the bookmakers currently have Egypt 6-1 on, so you better buck. You're not going to get much money back. You better buck on Zimbabwe. You could be a little bit rich with 25 bucks coming back your way. So Egypt, red hot favourites. The draw is 5-1. Purple Haze is coming in there in the chat section, so if you are watching here on the Twitch, now's the time to throw in your predictions. I've open forum, get stuck in, get your predictions in. Purple Haze is going with a 2-1 victory for Egypt. Now, I obviously we know Egypt from the World Cup. I do a little bit anyway. Zimbabwe, not too much about, but I know Macaulay Bon is a striker from Zimbabwe. I don't know if he made the squad, because I know he just made a transfer from Leyton Orient to Charlton. And I do rate him. I rate him. I was hoping Blackburn Rovers were going to go in there and sign him up. So Macaulay Bon is a Zimbabwean striker. I don't know if he made the cut or not. I've not seen the squads for Zimbabwe. If you're a Zimbabwean or know the deal, let me know in the comment section. But San Sebastian's gone in with a 2-0 victory for Egypt. Everyone else watching? Any more predictions? No, we're going to go with me. So here we go. I'm also going with a 2-0 victory for Egypt. So me and San Sebastian are on the same wavelength here. So nice one. Nice one there. Moving on to the next game in Group A is the Democratic Republic of Congo up against Uganda. Now, whilst I was doing my research and checking out this, I noticed that the Democratic Republic of Congo were decent, very decent side, and they could cause a few problems. I think the game against Egypt will be massive for the grand scheme of them and the future of as the tournament goes on. Oh, we've got a surprise on our cards in the chat section. Well, I'll take a look at that in a second. But anyway, let's take a look at these stats here now. The two sides have, or two nations have played each other 7 times in all competitions. Look how close that is. Congo getting 4 wins and Uganda with 3. No draws between them. So maybe it's written in the stars that there'll be a draw. We'll have a look. Now the bookmakers have Democratic Republic of Congo evens. You bet one, you get one. Whereas Uganda are long shots, 11-4. The draw is 12-5. I am going with any more predictions in the chat. If you are, throw them in right about now. Again, you can still participate at home if you're watching on the re-upload on YouTube. I am going with, well, we've got one here. San Sebastian is going with a 2-1 victory for Congo. Purple Haze is going with a 1-0 victory for Uganda. So one of those is going to be right, or at least one of them is going to be closer to the money. I've gone with a 1-0 victory for Democratic Republic of Congo. Look at this, San Sebastian. We are definitely on this. We're smelling the same something. Anyway, so we are close to the money there on those predictions. So, well, anyway, we're going to check back on these Group A results after they come around in the later stream, a couple of days' time. We'll do Matchday 2, Group A, and we'll take a look back at Matchday 1. And I'll take a note of all the predictions that have been made here in the Twitch chat, also in the comments later on the re-upload. So anyway, let's kick it off further to Group B and take a look at the nations in Group B. Yes, Purple Haze is cheering on Uganda, going for a surprise one here. So here are the nations for Group B. We are opening it up with Burundi. They qualified as runners-up in Group C. They achieved their qualification status on the 23rd of March 2019. This is their first ever appearance in the tournament as a whole, so they've not got a last or a best ever. They're currently ranked 136 in the world, 200-1 to win the whole stinking lot. Joining them will be Guinea. They won Group H in the qualifying campaign. They achieved their status on the 18th of 11th, 2018. This is their 12th appearance in the tournament. Their last was 2015, so one tournament absence for them. Their best ever performance was a runner-up in 1976. They're currently ranked 69 in the world, and they currently have odds on 16-1 to win the tournament as a whole. Another sort of surprise package right here, Guinea. So keep an eye on them bad boys. Alongside them is Madagascar. They qualified as Group A runners-up. They achieved that on the 16th of October 2018. Again, this is their first ever appearance in the African Cup of Nations. So no blast, all best ever performance. Currently ranked 107 in the world, 250-1 for Madagascar to win it. And wrapping it up in Group B, it's the Super Eagles, boys and girls. Nigeria, they won Group E to qualify, and they got here on the 17th of November 2018. 18th appearance. The last was 2013. Is that right? Is that right? Producer, I believe so. I believe it is right, because I did Yeah, so that's surprising that Nigeria, have not been in the tournament for two successive African Cup of Nations, so that's quite surprising. They've won it 3 times, just 3 times. FIFA ranking of 42, 8-1 to win it. So, yeah, when you look at these, you think Nigeria should cruise past at least 2 of these nations. Guinea could cause them a bit of problems, but realistically, it's before we went live, or before the show really kicked into top gear, Paul Hazer did tell me, the tournament did expand. More nations are taking part this time around. It's the same deal with the World Cup 2022. They're expanding that. Same with the Euros. All the major FIFA tournaments around the confederations, they are expanding them to give the smaller nations, or the less successful footballing nations a chance to participate in these, and increase the just to spread the love of football. Anyway, so these are the nations that occupy Group B. So let's take a look at the opening games of Group B. Nigeria will be taking on Burundi, and that's on the 22nd of June. And Guinea taking on Madagascar same day, just a little bit later on in the day. Now, these are the kickoff times for Central Europe. So Google it. Google it if you want to know when these games are taking place. If you want to keep up to date with them, Google it, or download an app. I've got an app on mine. Not sure about the app. It's not the greatest, but it does what hopefully it does what I don't know, because the game's not kicked off. But and this is the current state of play with a squeaky clean table. Nigeria top it just because Guinea's second, Madagascar third, and Burundi fourth. It could be the way it pans out. You don't know. So yeah, I'm going to hold my hand up. I've not seen Burundi play football, or Madagascar. So this will be the first time. This will be the first time. I don't know any of the players whatsoever, so I do apologise. Nigeria, they've got some talent, quite a good bit of talent. I'm surprised that they're not favourites, and I think obviously there's I'm just baffled that they've not been in the tournament for the past couple of times. But anyway, so let's take a look at those opening games in Group B. I know again the graphic does say Group D, but Group B, Nigeria up against Burundi in the first game in this group, and what have we got for you? So the two sides have only played each other once, just the one time. How mad is that? They've been in the same confederation for years. Nigeria winning the victory, Burundi with a big fat 0, and the odds are 3-1 on for Nigeria if you're going to put a bet on them to win this one. So it's quite a red hot favourite for Nigeria. Burundi 10-1, and the draw is 7-2. So for some reason, Nigeria, I would expect them to be red hot favourites, like 10-1 on. I thought they would absolutely spank Burundi here. So maybe I'm underestimating Burundi. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Any other predictions in the chat section? Get them in right here, right now, before I do the drum roll. There we go. We've got a couple in there. Papa Hayes is going for a victory for Nigeria, 1-0. San Sebastian's going for the 2-0 victory for Nigeria. Me, on the other hand, I am also going big. I'm going home. 3-1 victory for Nigeria. I know we chatted prior to this. Not many goals usually fly around in the African Cup of Nations, but I think Nigeria will put a bit of a benchmark. They're going to get going. They're going to get off the blocks nice and early. And I'm giving Burundi a consolation goal because I just don't know. I just don't know what to expect. They could be a little bit of a surprise pack because I just don't know. Yes, I know. I'm going big or I'm going home. Joining them in Group B is Guinea up against Madagascar. That's the second game of this group. So these two sides have, again, played just a couple of games between each other. Guinea winning one of them, and Madagascar losing one of them, obviously, and they've drawn each other one time. So again, two nations that have been in the same confederation since the get-go. I've only crossed paths a couple of times, but anyway, I don't know why that is. Maybe any historical people watching, let me know why there's only small times that these two sides have played each other. But anyway, the bookmakers have Guinea as 2-1 on, Madagascar 13-2. The draw is 11-4. Purple Haze has gotten in nice and early with a 2-0 victory for Guinea. Stan Sebastian, what you got for me? What you got for me? Give me a prediction before I'll reveal mine with a drum roll. Not really with a drum roll, but I'm going to take a quick coffee pause while you take a moment to think about it. Again, if you are watching at home, there's still time to participate in these. Get in your predictions in the old chat section, in the comment section, whatever you got going. Well, so there we go. San Sebastian is following the same lines as Purple Hazer with a 2-0 victory for Guinea. Now, can we make it a three-peat? Can we make it a three-peat? I can't remember what I put, but we're about to see. I'm going with a 2-2 draw. Not too sure what I was thinking or what I was going through my head then, But yeah, let's redo this one again. I'll go with a 2-0, just like the boys. No, only joking. I'm going to stick by my 2-2 just to see. You know, I'm going to throw a spanner in the works just to see how it all pans out. So again, a lot of goals for me. Yes, it's a bit left field. It's a bit left field, this one. You know, and there's a lot of goals. So I just think maybe the story behind this, I think I must have predicted those late last night. You know, because I leave it to the last. I leave it to the last second to think about it. You know, you might pick up an injury in training that might sway it a little bit, but you might get a ball draw or a 0-0 or something. Opening game. These two nations want to kind of give themselves a chance. I see Nigeria red-hot favourites for this group. Red-hot favourites. Guinea, I think they will qualify second place. But this game from Madagascar, you know, I don't even know. I can't remember what Madagascar's rank was. Let me just back it up a second here. I want to see Madagascar's 100. Yeah. Oh, well, maybe. It might happen. You never know. You never know. But anyway, folks, that, my friends, is wrapping up the opening session of the African Cup of Nations live sessions right here on Twitch in Groups A and Group B. Tomorrow, we'll be back again for Groups C and D. And then we'll kick on forward to, I think, Thursday for E and F. So the African Cup of Nations is now amongst us, boys and girls. And speaking of amongst us, we have got some other shows currently on Twitch. If you want to come and join me for the live streams for the Copa America and the Gold Cup, go no further. Come right here. The link will be up here in just a second. If not, smash the old, check out the old description on YouTube. Scroll down a little bit on the old Twitch, and then you can see it, Twitch sphere right there. Or you're watching it on Twitch. Also, just want to let you know what's going on the platform as a whole for Blackburn Overseas. In the new season, domestically, we will be going... Yeah, a bit of cheeky pun up there. Check out Nathan Haver. He's got his own predictions on his own YouTube as well. He comments a lot. If you want a shortcut, check out one of his comments and you can go kind of worm your way through to his side and have a look at his predictions. He's there. He's been very ever-present, so, you know, much respect to him. But if you want to catch out some domestic football predictions in the new season, around about September we'll be doing live predictions. But in August I'll kick off the prediction season on the YouTube channel. We'll be doing Premier League, Championship, Bundesliga, La Liga and Serie A. If you want a link to that bad boy, it's right there. Also on the Patreon, if you want to become a Patreon member and get access to 6 more prediction leagues. We've got League 1, League 2 in England, the Scottish Premier, the top division out in France, top division in Holland and the top division in Portugal. Become a Patreon and you'll get access to that stuff, and that is a link to that bad boy right there. And of course, I already mentioned it, the old Twitchosphere. We have it here, and we have it live throughout the summer, predicting 3 tournaments, and we'll be back tomorrow, boys and girls. Back tomorrow, and again, there's the Patreon if you want to check it out. Link to them all over the place. But that, my friends, is pretty much all I've got for you today. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the thumbs up. If you do, smash the subscribe on YouTube and smash the follow on the Twitchosphere to get this baby up to 50 followers. But yeah, I enjoyed that. I enjoyed looking at the African Cup of Nations because it is a bit of a surprise to me, you know. Obviously, I know about the Egypts, the Moroccos, the Tunisias, the Algerias. I know about those, and they are probably in the mix. They're going to be in there deep, deep, deep. And when this tournament does get to the later stages, it's going to be interesting. And you never know. Unlike the World Cup, where you kind of can pinpoint maybe the final 4, perhaps, the African Cup of Nations is a different kettle of fish. I think, you know, I think there's about 8 nations that realistically could go all out and win this, and that would make, if those 8 nations got to the quarterfinals, I'll be happy as Larry with that one. Nathan Haver in the comment section thinks between 10 and 12 could win it. What do you think? How many do you think has got the chance to win the African Cup of Nations? I might even throw a poll up on the old YouTube to see what you think. Who do you think is going to win the African Cup of Nations? Anyway, my friends, and that is all I've got for you. I will be back tomorrow in some style over on Twitch live. I think we're doing, like I said, African Cup of Nations C and D, and I think we're going to be doing the Gold Cup. I think we're doing the Gold Cup groups C and D, I think. Or, yeah, yeah. Something. We're doing something. 2 shows tomorrow. I'm pretty sure of it. Make sure you stop by. Until then, thumbs up, subscribe. Ciao for now. If you're looking for some more great African Cup of Nations coverage, why don't you join me for one of my live sessions over on Twitch. Details for that sucker in the description down below.